Welcome to Etihad Focus, your home for the latest match updates, transfer news, breaking rumours, and exclusive training insights. If you love football and want fast, accurate updates, you're in the right place. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay connected with all the action only on Etihad Focus. Manchester City transfer news: Pep Guardiola tipped to sign Real Madrid star. As Premier League title race opens up, Manchester City have emerged as a contender for Trent Alexander-Arnold from Real Madrid, the latest report has claimed. Pep Guardiola's side beat Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-0 at home on Saturday, and that win moved them 4 points behind first-placed Arsenal in the Premier League. The gap remained 4 points following Manchester United's 3-2 victory against the Gunners at the Emirates on Sunday, and there is renewed hope that the Londoners can be caught. City have already spent £84 million this January, but perhaps it would be sensible to continue to make additions in order to capitalise on Arsenal's frailty. El Nacional report that Real Madrid right-back and former Liverpool star Alexander-Arnold is unhappy at the club, and he could become a target for Man City. The departure of Kevin De Bruyne in 2025 left a creative hole in the City squad, as while others like Ryan Cherki and Phil Foden are talented footballers, neither possess the same skill set as the Belgian. De Bruyne was not only among the most incisive passers in world football during his time at the Etihad, but he was also one of the world's best ranged passers. In an era where teams are increasingly stubborn defensively, having someone like Alexander-Arnold in their ranks could be highly beneficial, considering he is adept at playing over opposition defences. The right-back has proven to be an exceptional passer, producing 64 assists in 259 Premier League games for Liverpool, and he even chipped in with 18 goals. With striker Erling Haaland having failed to score in 8 of his last 9 matches for City, adding another creator to the 11th would be sensible. City have arguably been the most ambitious team in Europe this window, landing centre-back Marc Guéhi and winger Antoine Semenyo. The duo should considerably improve the team's defence and attack, and if City can stabilise at the back, then their firepower up front could get them over the line. Arsenal are on track to score 69 goals in the league this season, whereas the Citizens will score 78 if they maintain their current ratio. If Haaland rediscovers his goal-scoring form, or if the club sign Alexander-Arnold, then it would not be surprising if they significantly surpass 78 league goals and claim the title at the expense of their London rivals. Pep Guardiola makes £2.2 million investment as business empire outside of football, grows Manchester City head coach Pep Guardiola has several business interests away from his job as an elite football manager. Pep Guardiola is already laying the groundwork for his post-football career with a string of business ventures. While the Manchester City manager's main priority remains reversing his team's recent slump in form, Guardiola is also making intriguing moves beyond the beautiful game. The 55-year-old first made his name as a brilliant midfielder for Barcelona, but has scaled even loftier peaks since retiring from playing. Taking the reins at his former club in 2008, Guardiola steered Barcelona to an unprecedented treble in his debut campaign and amassed 12 major trophies during his 4-year tenure. After another successful period at Bayern Munich, Guardiola was appointed Manchester City manager in 2016, where he set about constructing a dynasty. The Catalan tactician has clinched 6 Premier League crowns and also guided City to Champions League glory. As he approaches a decade at City, speculation continues to mount regarding Guardiola's long-term future, with his current deal running until 2027. While it's unclear whether he'll pen another extension, Guardiola appears to have a clear strategy for his various business pursuits. He recently teamed up with his former Barcelona star, Sergio Busquets, as both purchased stakes in a property investment trust. Spanish publication La Razón reports that Guardiola and Busquets have each snapped up a 14.21% stake in Alcalá Seguro asset market. The investment cost around £2.2 million, €2.5 million each. Venture Europe has also secured a further 17% stake, with 52.62% remaining with Alcalá Seguro through company president Antonio Carrozza. The firm specialises in managing affordable rental housing, with a market capitalisation standing of £6 million, €7 million. It is claimed that Guardiola made the investment through his 080222003 limited company. Vanitatis reports that the purchase was approved in May 2025, but was not finalised until last month. However, it is not the first time that the high-profile boss has joined one of his former players in a business venture. Last year, he invested in Monarca Clinic alongside ex-Barcelona and Bayern star Thiago Alcantara and former Espanyol player Jonathan Soriano. The clinic, based in Barcelona, offers regenerative therapy, neurosurgery and integrative pain therapy, as well as specialised sports medicine and preconditioning. Guardiola's interest in the project began after he received treatment from Dr. Mireia Ilueca, the company's co-founder. Monarca Clinic opened in June 2025. However, last year also saw the closure of the city manager's restaurant, Taste Catala. The Catalan eatery, nestled in the heart of Manchester, first welcomed diners in 2018. A message on the restaurant's Instagram account stated, "After much consideration, we have made the difficult decision to close Taste's doors for the very last time on the 20th of December 2025. What Pep Guardiola saw from Marc Guéhi in Manchester City training as teammate claim made Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola spoke about Marc Guéhi after the £20 million signing made his debut for the club. Pep Guardiola likened Marc Guéhi to Ruben Dias as he praised the immediate impact the £20 million signing has made for Manchester City. Guéhi completed a move from Crystal Palace this week and made his debut in a 2-0 win over Wolves that steadies the ship at the Etihad Stadium after a difficult start to 2026. City's victory ended a run of just 3 points from their last 4 matches in the Premier League and moves them to within 4 points of Arsenal ahead of the leaders taking on United on Sunday. Guéhi did not train with his new teammates until they returned from their Champions League defeat in Bodo on Thursday. But the last few days have been enough for Guardiola to know what a talent the club have on their books for the next 5.5 years. It's not necessary to tell you about Marc and who he is. The captain from Crystal Palace, national team for your country, and he knows everything. You had a feeling from day one, he said. I remember Ruben Dias had incredible focus in every action and winning duels. With the ball, he had incredible composure. We didn't train anything yet, but I have the feeling with the people in the middle move a little bit better. They have not come for 6 months, they've come for many years. The transfer is a really good prize, and they are the perfect age, 25-26, so an incredible signing for Manchester City for many years. He's a guy you can rely on. You see it in 2 training sessions, how he moves, how he talks, how he sees what happens to surround him, reading the situations. Really good. Guéhi will not be available for City on Wednesday night against Galatasaray in a game they must win if they want to have any hopes of going straight through to the Champions League last 16 without needing a 2-legged playoff. However, with Josko Gvardiol, Dias and John Stones still injured, he will almost certainly come back into the 11 for the Premier League game at Tottenham next Sunday afternoon. Pep Guardiola rages at Prem refs again as Manchester City boss calls out Howard Webb. Pep Guardiola was furious with referee Farai Hallam's decision not to give Manchester City a penalty during their win over Wolves, and he made it known in his press conference. Pep Guardiola has claimed that Manchester City overcame Wolves despite the performance of the officials, as he criticised PGMOL chief Howard Webb for justifying a foul during last week's Manchester derby. Guardiola claimed Diogo Dalot's tackle on Jeremy Doku forced the City winger to miss their Champions League defeat to Bodo/Glimt in midweek and slammed